likeness of your glory and express image of your person. We yield to your spirit that one likeness to your truths, that we would not just be hearers of your word, but doers of your word also. In Jesus' name, amen. Go with me over to Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8. Verse 28. Romans 8:28. And we know that all things work together for good for them that love God, to them that are called according to his purpose. For whom he did foreknow, he did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, so that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. Here's my first question. What is our purpose? What is our purpose? Okay, good. Our purpose is to be conformed to the image of his Son, okay? Now let me ask you this question. What is your ministry service? What is your ministry service? Okay? Now, what is your ministry service, or what is your deployment? I'll say this to you. Your ministry service or deployment is where you are at manifesting who Jesus is. Okay? You're already in full-time ministry. Okay? Now,
how did you see the last part of that one? You said your ministry deployment is where you are.
right. We're
Manifesting.
manifesting. Okay? Manifesting. All right? Your ministry service, okay, or deployment, right, is not the same as your purpose. They're not the same. Okay? Do not put your service above your purpose. Go to Acts 8, verse 1. Acts 8, verse 1. And Saul was consenting unto his death, talking about Stephen. And at that time, there was a great persecution against the church that was at Jerusalem. And they were all scattered abroad throughout the regions of Judea, Samaria, except the apostles. Okay? Let me say this. Church as they knew it was over doesn't mean ministry stopped. Church as they knew it was over does not mean ministry stopped. And devout men carried Stephen to his burial and made great lamentations over him. As for Saul, he made havoc of the church, entering into every house and hailing men and women, committing them to prison. Therefore, they that were scattered abroad went everywhere preaching the word. Did ministry stop? Church as they knew it wasn't the same, but ministry didn't stop. Do you see that? Okay, stay with me. Then Philip went down to the city of Samaria and preached Christ unto them. What is Philip doing? Philip is still ministering. Stay with me here. And the people with one accord gave heed unto those things which Philip spoke, hearing and seeing the miracles which he did. For unclean spirits, crying with loud voice, came out of many that were possessed with them. And many taken with palsies, and they that were lame were healed. and there was great joy in that city. But there was I don't already want to get into that one. Y'all, I don't want to get into that one. Just go to 26. Because you can go back and read that for yourself. Because it's just ministry going on. Okay? It was ministry going on in Samaria. 26. And the angel of the Lord spoke unto Philip, saying, Arise and go towards the south unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. Now, what do you know about his ministry?
He's moving around.
Oh, his ministry, you see that? His ministry is moving around. Can you see that there? His deployment changed. Okay, good. Now, jump down to verse 39. Here it is. And when they were come up out the water, the Spirit of the Lord caught away Philip, and the eunuch saw him no more, and he went on his way rejoicing. But Philip was found. Did his ministering stop? Now, watch what I'm saying to you. Did his purpose change? What's his purpose? That ain't changed, did it? What changed? Did you see that there? Huh? You already know what's happening to the church. The church ain't the same no more over there because of the persecution that was happening. The apostles are still there, but everybody they had was scattered. It said that. That's why I want you to understand that. Okay, listen to me. Don't put your service above your purpose. Don't put your service above your purpose. Okay? Good. Now, let's add a little bit more to this. Go over to Acts 13. Let's just add a little bit more to this. Acts 13, just verse 1. Okay? Now, there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, Barnabas and Simon that was called Niger, Lucius of Cyrene, Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Saul. And as they ministered to the Lord and fasted, the Holy Ghost said, Separate me, Paul and Saul, for the work wherein I have called them. And when they had fasted and prayed and laid their hands on them, they sent them away. Whatever they was doing in Antioch is over. Did their purpose change? What happened with the ministry? Don't put your service above your purpose. You see the constant with your purpose? No matter where you go, your purpose is always going to be conformed to the image of his son. The deployment may change. That's why it's important that you make sure you stay with doing the things that's going to really deal with you on the inside and conforming to who he is, no matter where you at. Why? Because you can just see, even in the early church, things can change rapidly. Sometimes it's hard to understand some of these things in our modern text, in our modern context, because a lot of us haven't seen how things can change so fast. Now that we got a little, pandemic and a little things in our context, you see some things changing, and what happened? People get shook. Your purpose ain't changed, man. But if you didn't know your purpose, as soon as you see some things happening with the church or the service and stuff, you think all hell is breaking loose. No. We got to get back to understanding the purpose. The purpose is conform to the image of a son. I don't care where I'm at. You can put me anywhere. The service can change on the drop of a dime. Drop of a dime. The church can go through it at the drop of a dime. See? But you got to understand your purpose is still there. Okay? Good. I think you got it. Don't put your service above your purpose. Okay? Go over to John 1. John 1. Let's look at this over here. John 1. Verse 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shined in darkness, and darkness comprehended it not. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all men through him might believe. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light, that was the true light, which lights every man that cometh in the world. He was in the world, and the world was made by him, and the world knew him not. He came unto his own, and his own received him not. But as many as received him, to them he gave power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on his name. Okay? Now. If you're going to live out the gospel of grace, okay, or to live out the gospel of grace, it is being able to deal with perpetual rejection. Okay? If you're going to live out the gospel of grace, okay, you're going to have to be able to deal with perpetual rejection. Okay? Now, rejection is big. Okay? I'm not covering everything with rejection. Okay? I'm just saying you're going to have to deal with it in all forms and fashions. Okay? I will say this, the regenerated heart has the ability to deal with, overcome, and keep it moving when it's confronted with rejection. Understanding your purpose strengthens you to deal with rejection that comes on your post, ministry, service, or deployment. He came into his own. And his own received him not. The regenerated heart has the ability to deal with, when it's confronted, okay, with rejection. You will deal with this perpetually. So I'm going, okay? But let me show it to you this way. Go over to 2 Peter 2, verse 1. Let me show it to you this way. Talk to me, money.
You didn't touch on it, but I believe you probably thought about it. Jesus' ministry function changed too. He was involved in the ministry function in heaven.
Yes.
Then he came to earth in the flesh.
Yes.
His purpose was the same, but his ministry function changed.
Well, that's how we know ours is going to move like that. You see, he's the epitome of it. You're absolutely correct. He's the example of it. That's why we pugilistic. We start with our eyes on him.
Then it changed again. Glorification.
That's
And it's going to change again.
that's so you can understand something. His purpose. See, you're going to have to understand this. Don't put your service above your purpose. Excellent observation. 2 Peter 2, verse 1. But there was false prophets among the people, even as there should be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, but by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall they be feigned words, make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingered not, and their damnation slumbered not. For if God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment, and spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Okay? Now, let me say this. The importance of understanding your purpose is so that you can deal with rejection when it comes. You're going to deal with perpetual rejection. Knowing your purpose, okay? I'm giving it to you in its most simple form. Being conformed to the image of his son, okay? It's going to help you deal with rejection when it comes, okay? You ain't gotta wonder if it's coming. It's coming. I'm letting you know now it's coming. It's going to knock right on your door. Some of us, you already dealt with rejection and you already know it left a bitter taste in your mouth. Because it does something to you when you're rejected. And I'll get into that a little bit later. But here's my point here, okay? What is the objective of preaching? Noah was a preacher of righteousness. What is the objective of preaching? Okay, go over to Colossians 1:28, and maybe that'll help us out a little bit. Colossians 1:28. Okay. Somebody have it, they can read it out loud so we can get a little bit of understanding of this.
Whom we preach, warning every man,
Mm-hmm.
and teaching every man in all wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
that we may present every man perfect in Christ Jesus.
What's the objective of preaching? Say it again. To warn. See, did you notice that? To warn. Did you see that there? Now you can go back and look up what warn really means so you can break it down for yourself. Okay? Now, Noah. What was Noah?
Preacher of righteousness.
Here's my question. Did they listen to Noah?
No,
Okay.
reject.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Did Noah fail?
No.
Okay, good. Noah was very successful, wasn't he? Okay, good. However, if you look at him through a weak lens or through a religious lens, you're going to think Noah failed. Why? You don't understand what preaching is. What do most people think preaching is for?
Encouragement, inspiration.
To do, say it again? They do. To get people saved. Right? Noah ain't get nobody saved. Ain't get nobody saved. But did he fail? No, why not? Say it again? He did what he was sent to do. What was he sent to do? Warn. You keep it simple, wasn't it? Huh? Okay. Now you're going to have to understand this. Why? Because out of all them in the world, only 8 people got in that boat. How? Give me a number. How many people you think was on earth at that time? Just throw something out. Hey, listen. And you still think everything about numbers? Because some of us, you tripping over with the numbers that's going on here. You must didn't understand the business of what Noah was in. Huh? You still probably trying to figure out how come we ain't got a lot of people. You sit and think about it. As if God need a lot of people. Huh? I'm not saying people should. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, are you tripping over it? You must not really be watching the Master. Did you ever notice this about the Master? Did you ever notice this? Not too many people really understood what he was doing. Did you ever notice when the crowds followed him, he always let them know what this really is? Huh? I mean, he grabbed 12 and then still had another select crew of 3, didn't he? I mean, you just got to sit back and think about this. Noah's a good example. Here's the thing I want you to understand about Noah, okay? Because we already know they didn't listen to Noah, did they? Let me ask you a question. Did Noah stop building because they didn't listen? Can you see what's going on? Huh? Cut me down a little bit. Can you see what's going on? Huh? Noah doing his service, but his purpose ain't changed, building that ark. He ain't stopped building because they stopped listening. Don't put your service above your purpose. Because imagine if Noah put his service above his purpose and said, God, they not listening. Huh? So what's the use of building the boat? Huh? In retrospect, that looks stupid, don't it? Huh? But you know how many people stop building because the people ain't listening? Huh? Do you know how many people fumble because the people not listening? You must don't understand people yet. Huh? Just sit and think of what would have happened to Noah if he stopped building because the people wasn't listening to him. No. The focus is not on if they're listening or not. The focus is on you building that ark. That's where the focus is at. I'm going to hammer this in and warn you to get in. It's going to be up to you if you get in. Huh? You can't make nobody get in. But I can still keep building this boat. Okay. I got a question here. Are you working out your salvation while you're still being rejected? I'm not even going to get into how many years he had to keep building, although they were still rejecting. I'm not even getting to the ridicule, how he felt. But he kept building. See, are you working out your salvation while you're still being rejected? Because you being rejected has nothing to do with your success. You know how many people stop doing what they're supposed to do because somebody rejected them? Or you didn't get their approval? And you just stop. In your spirit, it ain't worth it no more because they didn't approve me. Huh? You must don't know your purpose. Can you see what I'm saying here? You ain't looking at him. Why? Because the cross already let you know you've been approved. Can you see what I'm saying here? But it ain't going to stop the rejection. And this is where some of us get messed up at, right here. Because we think I'm saved, then why am I being rejected? It's a part of living out the gospel of grace. This is what this is. Tap into the ability of the regenerated heart and deal with it. What? The rejection. Genesis 37. Genesis 37. And Jacob dwelt in the land wherein his father was a stranger in the land of Canaan. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock when his brethren and the lad and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah and with the sons of Zilpah, his father's wives, and Joseph brought unto his father their evil report. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. When his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceable unto him. And Joseph dreamed a dream, and he told his brethren, and they hated him yet the more. And he said unto them, Hear, I pray you, this dream which I have dreamed. For behold, we were building sheaves in the field, and lo, my sheaf arose and also stood upright, and behold, your sheaf stood around about and made obeisance to my sheaf. And his brethren said to him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us? And shalt thou indeed have dominion over us? And they hated him yet the more for his dreams and for his words. And he dreamed yet another dream, and he told to his brethren and said, Behold, I have dreamed a dream more, and behold, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars made obeisance to me. And he told to his father and to his brother, and his father rebuked him and said to them, What is this dream that thou have dreamed? Shall I and thy mother and thy brother indeed come to bow down ourselves to thee to the earth? And his brothers envied him, but his father observed the same. Here's my question. Did Joseph get rejected by his brethren and corrected by his father? Let me ask you this. What is Joseph's purpose?
Ultimately, to participate in saving his people.
If you want to say that. What's his purpose? Let me ask you this question. What's your purpose? What's Joseph's purpose? Okay, cool. You didn't want to say conform to the image of his son because you went New Testament, Old Testament, didn't you? But you know Joseph is a type of Christ, y'all. If you study it out, you're going to notice the same thing. If you just study it out, you're just looking at it through the Old Testament lens. Okay? It's not going to have all the attributes of it, but that's part of them being a type and Jesus being the antitype. Okay? Now, let me ask you this question. Did his purpose stop because he was rejected? You know what you would say when you look at Joseph? It almost seemed like when he got rejected, his purpose started to take off. You know why? Because God is tactical and he know how to use everything that comes our way. He know how to use it for the kingdom. Huh? Ain't that part of us being redeemed? Huh? You just seen some of this stuff through the Old Testament lens. That's all it is. It's just the Old Testament lens. Let me ask you this question. What happened to Joseph in his deployments or his ministry services? What happened? Okay, you want to give me specifics? I'm on your side. Talk to me. Uh-huh. Okay, well, you missed a little something in between that, but I'll give it to you, though. He got sold twice. Joseph got sold twice. But you on it, though. It's you on it. You go back, you'll find that stuff. His ministry service kept changing. So all you're seeing is it keep changing. Did you notice something specific when it kept changing? It's a word, if you read the story, something keep coming out when it changes. I'll put it to you like this. It'll say something like this. And God was with Joseph. You'll hear it's a recurrent. And God was with Joseph. Huh? You'll keep noticing something. When he keep moving, he starts here, goes here. He goes here, he goes here. He goes here, he goes here. I'm just saying it keeps changing. Huh? Well, the Apostle Paul said, I learned how to abase and abound. Don't you see that in Joseph's life? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Huh? At one point you see him at the bottom. Then you see him rise up. Wherever he's at the bottom, then you see him rise up. Okay? Now, what did God do, right, in Joseph in his deployments? What did God do? In his deployments. I'll give it to you. He used them to refine Joseph. He used them. Watch the master at work. Why? Nothing in your life goes to waste when it comes to redemption, when it comes to the things of God. Nothing goes to waste. Just because you may not be conscious or know it, don't mean that, no, nothing goes to waste, man. Huh? He using every situation, everything Joseph going through, he's using it to do what? To turn him into Jesus, if I could put it to you that way. Under Old Testament way. So you can see it. Matter of fact, do this. Go to Psalms 105:16. Go to Psalms 105:16. 105:16. Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land, he break the whole staff of bread, meaning he stopped it from what you call him, because he's got a purpose here. He sent the man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant, whose feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in iron. Until the time of the word came, the word of the Lord tried him. The king sent and loosed him, even the rulers of the people, and let him go free. He made him lord over his house, ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure, and to teach his senators wisdom. Now, God has a tactical plan or design in place, even through rejection, that you need to trust. It's a wonder how we believe our steps is ordered until rejection comes. We believe our steps is ordered until persecution comes. We believe our steps is ordered until he put us in the wilderness. Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness. Now, Zah, get this word tried here. Let me open up this a little bit. Let me open it up a little bit. Because it says in verse 19, until the time of the word came, right? Or the dream was manifested, right? The word of the Lord tried him. What we got here? To fuse metal that is refined. Cast, refine, refiner, founder, goldsmith, melt, pure, purge away, try. Which word stuck out to you? Purge. When it say purge, what ministered to your spirit? There you go. See, true vine branch. Hold on to that. Okay? Hold on to that. Because notice in Joseph, right? I'll use Joseph, right? Notice Joseph had to get refined, okay? Fused as metal, right? Eliminate that's what's unnecessary, right? Stay with me here, okay? To get where he needed to be at, right? To manifest what he had to manifest. Now, I put some things in there for my own understanding, right? I put high priest house. I put apostle, high priest house. Why? Because for the change of value there and the access I have to my resources get me where I need to be at. I have to constantly remind myself of these things. Why? Because what I'm after, right? There's no natural resource that can supply it. Because what am I after? I'm after my purpose. My purpose is to conform to the image of his son. There's no natural resources for that. But that doesn't mean that I don't have no resources to get it. Yeah, I do. I tap into my apostle, okay? And you need your high priest to minister to you your blueprint. Plus all the other things that the high priest do, okay? He understands your purpose. Let me say this to you. Because it's so many times we try to get other people to understand our purpose, and they're not. Didn't you see Joseph trying to let his family know what his purpose was, and they didn't understand? So he got rejected. How many times you try to express some things about yourself to other people, and they just don't get it, because it ain't for them? Now you got to deal with the fact that they're not as excited about it as you are, because it's your purpose. Your high priest understands your purpose. That's why I put that in there for myself, okay? But I also want to show you another dynamic of this that goes right with this. Go with me over to 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians. Yo, talk to me. Yes.
And affirmation.
Yes.
I'm with you. This is the way it is.
Yes.
But where is that at? Because
Where?
it's supposed to be there. Amongst the regenerated believers.
Yes.
Just not in a crazy sense, like everybody's throwing a party for you. But shouldn't there be some type of rejoicing and affirmation in each other's purposes?
Yes, man. It's there. It's there. I mean. I can't speak for everybody else, you know. But I know when you and I talk, I rejoice over the fact that you helping these churches out. That's why the conversation we had is like, no, money, you better go ahead. You see what I'm saying? You better go ahead. We good. Yeah, no, I'm on that. Yes, that's money. I want to see that. I want to see that as much as you do it. I want it because I already know what it is. Why? Because I'm excited about that whole process as well. See, Juan, this is the thing. You got to understand this. The difficulty in doing some of these things is because, one, a lot of people don't know their purpose. And so to see you doing something, to see somebody, other believers sometimes doing something and stuff, what happens? Oh, here comes the envy. And what happens is a lot of times is that we don't know how to fight these things off because somebody else's success, sometimes it puts a light on the fact that we're not doing something that we probably should, or we're not ministering the way we should. Now understanding your purpose ain't changed. And so when you start to see some of these things, just understand some of the dynamics. You know, here's the other part I want you to understand, right? It's the assumption of the church and what's here. The assumption is, you know, this is where I go at for people to rejoice and rejoice with me and stuff. And when you don't get it, you messed up. You know, I'll put it to you like this. You're supposed to come here, right, and deal with people who, for lack of words, are off drugs. Huh? But when you come here and give your testimony that you are off drugs, you start to find out they upset because you found out they're not off drugs. So they're getting upset because you're rejoicing over the fact. Now, we should be rejoicing with you because we off drugs too. But I'm not. Huh? But I'm not going to rejoice with you. Why not? Because I'm still getting high. Huh? I might be on right now while you testifying. Huh? Can you see what I'm saying here? So you have to understand. And see, this is the thing. A lot of individuals don't understand this about the church. That's why you hear people say certain things. Well, I'm not perfect, huh? And stuff. And they say, well, why do people in the church try to act like they perfect and stuff? That's because you got to understand what you're dealing with here, huh? Just because people look like they got the look, huh? Don't mean they doing what they're supposed to do. And so those distorted influences is going to gravitate here because it want all this stuff to be in here. Huh? It want the envy and all that stuff to be in here, and you dealing with these people. That's why you need checks and balances in this piece. You know people don't like in the church for a standard. Because you're dealing with the fact that they want to have the look, right? And still want to hate on you. And it's like, no, we ain't doing that. But you got to understand what this is. And sometimes, you know, that what you call, you know, now we go back and you see certain things. Oh, I see why Jesus only had 3 cats with him. Huh? I'm not saying them 3 cats had it all together, but Jesus, you got to watch the way he moves because he's strategic. Huh? You'll hear sometimes you listen to ministers and different things and stuff. Not so much Caucasian ministers, because they don't tell you the ins and outs of certain things. They don't tell you, no, I don't rock with everybody. I'm just with a couple guys. They don't. The black and brown to tell you though. You know, no, I ain't rocking with everybody. I only got a couple dudes out, what you call them and stuff. Well, they helping you out a little bit. You see what I'm saying here? And you probably need to understand it because some of us, we get this church mentality and stuff and thinking, oh, man, everybody love me in the church. Everybody. This ain't the place for that, man. It's you got some sick people in here. Can you see what I'm saying? Real sick. And you got to understand what this is. That's why you got to make sure, and we tell you this all the time and stuff like that. Don't come in here and you ain't put your armor on. How many times you walk in here thinking, oh man, it's cool, man, it's cool. I ain't got to put my armor on. What you call him? You's a fool. Huh? You's a fool. It'd be like you going to church on the inside and thinking it ain't going to jump off down here. Huh? That's right when you get clucked upside the head. Because the image of these things have to change to where you understand, no, I better put my armor on, especially with brother so-and-so who over here is shouting. If I see listen, this is me. If I see a man dancing in church, the church dance, I'm already suspect of that cat. Huh? Saw his melon. Huh? Already know, for me, something ain't right with Ock and stuff like that. Listen, I know brothers praise God and everything, but we ain't doing the church dance, money. Can you see them saying here? Sometimes you let the women, y'all want to, women more expressive sometimes. But you already know that's a show too sometimes. That's a show. She ain't crying. That's a show. She leave here and go to the buffet and eat everything she want. No, where's the shouting and dancing at with the buffet? Huh? You see how stuff don't add up? You better wake up, man. I'm trying to tell you and stuff, and see this stuff and see some of this stuff for what it really is. So, find those who will rejoice with you. Everybody ain't excited about what you're doing. Some people can care less. Huh? And that's the reality of it. I ain't talking about the world. I'm talking about the church. I ain't talking about the world. The world is expected to hate on you. What are you doing? They expected to hate on you. I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about those who claim, thus saith the Lord. So you gotta be aware of that. But you're absolutely correct. Were you at 2 Corinthians 3? I want to show you this. Second Corinthians 3. Let me get over there with you. (13). And not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished. But their minds were blinded. For until this day remains the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Christ. But even until this day, when Moses is read, the veil is upon their hearts. Nevertheless, when it shall turn to the Lord, when what shall turn to the Lord? Now, let me say this. Your heart has to perpetually turn to the Lord. Okay? Sometimes we look at this as a single event, but once you get to the last verse in this section, you're going to see, no, this is ongoing. Because see, some people think, I just got to turn my heart to the Lord once, get saved, and that's it. Now, understanding, this is perpetual. Yes, you got saved. Yes, your heart got regenerated, but you also got to constantly make sure your eyes is on him. Huh? It's real easy to take your eyes off him. Nevertheless, when it's returned to the Lord, the veil should be taken away. Now, the Lord is that spirit, and where the spirit of the Lord is, there is what? Okay. But we all with open face as beholding as in a glass the glory are changed into the same image from glory to glory. That's how you know it's perpetual. Okay, because it's from glory to glory, it's perpetual. Okay? Even by the Spirit of the Lord. But here's what I want to get into. Now the Lord is that spirit, but where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is what? When you think liberty, what's liberty? Freedom. What's freedom? What is that? I'm not disagreeing with you. You said truth? Okay. Well, truth will set you free is what you're saying. Is that what you're saying? The truth will set you free? Uh-huh. Yeah, okay, good. But what's freedom then? Awareness? Aware of what? Not being trapped? Okay, I like that. Anybody, what's freedom? What's liberty here? Overcoming strongholds? Okay, okay. Anybody? What's liberty? I mean, because where the spirit of, because where the spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. The ability to do what you need to do to complete your purpose. Go ahead. Yeah, he trapped. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, well, let's get the definition of liberty here then. Let's look at liberty. What you got? It's not being fearful. Fearful of what?
Fearful of what we know that God has done in our life, and not being fearful of what others may say or what others may think of us. That's what we have, like,
Okay. I'm not this. What you got, money? Free from old images? Okay, cool. Let's, okay. Now, look, freedom, legitimate, licentious, chiefly, morally, or ceremonial liberty. 1658, get that, because that's where it comes from. You see it? Let it come. Okay. Properly from the alternate of 2064. Can you see that there? Unrestrained. That was more what you were saying, correct? Not trapped, unrestrained, right? Look, now this is probably what you're saying right here. To go at pleasure, right? That means to go at it, right? Now, let me ask you this question. What's pleasure for the regenerated heart? Because he's saying go at it. Really, we'll go at it with pleasure. See, now you got that so far because we on liberty. Stay with me here. That is as a citizen, not as a slave, whether freeborn or manumitted, generally exempt from obligations or liability, free man, woman at liberty. Now go back and get 2064. Okay, now, watch. To come and go. Now you have to understand the real bottom line, right, of liberty. Because where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's what? Now, when it said come and go, what registered with you? Oh, the door. To come and go where? Huh? Well, hold on. Isn't that passage talking about the veil that's on Moses' face? Huh? And everything? Whereas though if you still under that regime, right? And stuff, there's going to be a veil on your heart. Huh? So the veil got taken away in what though? In what? Or when it turned to the Lord. It's the same. When it turned to the Lord, it's the same thing in his presence. Can you see what I'm saying? So the real liberty, right, is that you can go in and out of the chamber. Huh? I got you. To do what he did, to do your purpose, which is what? To conform to the image of his son. Yes. Well, here's the thing. He's letting you see it's really only one way, right? You can't do it without the closet. That's why he summed it up with we all beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord are changed into the same image. That's chamber talk. See, the real liberty is that we can now go in and out of his presence. So we can carry out and become what he really wanted us to become. See, when you think liberty, you don't think in and out of the chamber. But that's the real freedom we have now that they didn't have under the old. See? Are you with me so far? Why is that important? You need to understand what this is so that when you get rejected, you know exactly where to go and how to handle it the right way. How? Why? Because it's not going to stop your purpose. But see, if you don't understand this, right, what happens is when we get rejected, right, we get in our feelings and not in our closet. See, you don't run for refuge. Or you get what I'm saying? So you gotta see this for what it is. Why? Because what is rejection going to bring on? It's going to bring a feeling on. And what happens is most of us, we stay right there. And stuff. Not understanding this is just a part of my deployment. This ain't got nothing to do with my purpose. In the sense of it ain't going to change it. My purpose is still going on even though I'm getting rejected. It's still, my godliness is still going on even though I'm being rejected. And you're going to have to learn how to do this because rejection is a strong feeling. It's a strong feeling. Because it get into the area of something's not right. Where at? In you, because they are not accepting me. And if you get into that and you ain't fixed none of the things that you've been dealing with all your life, when that rejection come, all those things is coming to the surface. And that's why many of us don't want to deal with the rejection. That's why you operate the way you do, because you don't want to get rejected, because you don't want them feelings of the stuff that you'd be surprised how many things mess with people when it comes to them being rejected, man. And you know, if you ain't deal with it, it'll come right back to the surface, and you don't want to deal with it and everything. And you going back to what? Something must be wrong with me. No. Listen, you better learn some of this now because it's going to be difficult for you when you start trying to minister. I hope you don't think everybody's going to accept you ministering. I don't care how gifted you is in it. Jesus went to his own and they rejected him. And you think because you anointed that you're not going to get rejected? You must have bumped your head. Yes, you is. Your anointing ain't bigger than his. But you're going to have to learn how to deal with the rejection, okay? Especially when you coming on the scene or something and don't nobody really know you. Oh, man, they stomping you out the door. No. We ain't trying to hear that. And you know God gave it to you? And you ain't got... you got to sit and think about this. Because you got to go through the things. You got to go through the thing. Well, why they rejecting me? It's because don't nobody know me. Nope. Oh, why they rejecting me? Because, the ministry ain't. Nope. Why they rejecting me? Because that's what they do. That's what they do. And you got to get off your stuff. And make sure my purpose, just because they rejected me, my purpose, I'm still, and see if you don't, what's going to happen is you ain't going to get up early. Because just because you got rejected doesn't give you an excuse that you can't get up early. And you know you getting your feelings, you ain't getting up early. You ain't getting up. You ain't doing the things you're supposed to do because you got that rejection and you thinking, oh man, no, you in your feelings. No, this don't stop just because you get rejected. And stuff. You can keep it simple. I don't know how you do this, but you can keep it simple. You're going to get rejected even if you hand out tracts. I mean, you know, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say, I'm kind of going through this at my job. Like, you go through this at your job where though you feel that you're not being treated the way you're supposed to be treated, and you just give up and say, well, I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna do my 8 scale, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do.
Bare minimum.
Right. It's called quality quit. That's what you do. So you do the bare minimum. And,
It's a protest. It's a protest.
right.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the best. You're not gonna get the best. Yeah, and that don't fly. See, that don't fly. I'm glad you brought that example up because that don't fly. Because who you working for? You see how quick it is you gotta sit and think about how much. And see, this is why I like our situation. Why? Because you get into this and you start seeing people start giving the bare minimum. Huh? Now imagine if we did that. If we just said, you know what, you're just gonna just put a couple scriptures together and that's gonna be it. Are you serious? After we done been through a pandemic, we done been through people leaving, the anointing ain't tanked. We ain't stopped ministering. Through the pandemic, we ain't take no days off. Huh? Through people rejecting us. Huh? When you didn't help them through some of the worst stuff they done been through. It's part of this package. Because you ain't seeing and you ain't getting certain things, that's exactly what happened. Now as a pastor, you only getting the bare minimum. Don't call me. I ain't showing up for nothing. That's the mentality. You can't do that. You gotta know who you working for. What's up, money? You gotta understand what this is. Because why? He's watching you. Through all this, he's watching. Oh, until the word of the Lord came. The word is trying you. Oh, this is what that is. Don't think that you're not gonna get tried if we had 1,000 people here. You'll get tried with that too. Huh? You think it's pressure to put something together with a little bit of people. Wait till you get a lot. You're gonna think that's where all the shenanigans, that's where the extra stuff coming in. Now I gotta say something juicy every week. Man, come on, man. Come on. That's where they get all that's now it's something you got a theology that ain't been invented yet. Because you want to say something special and different things, man. I'm trying to, listen, it's pressure on both sides. I'm telling you here, you have to deal with that rejection. Because everybody ain't going to give you the attention of what you need because you got perfect attendance. Because you don't want to argue with nobody and you know what I mean? You still going to get rejected. You're going to do everything. See, this is the part you're not saying. You're going to do everything right. And you still going to get rejected. How you going to handle it? Huh? Can you see what I'm saying here? You ever see the way you act when you with your joint and she don't give you what you want? Oh boy. Oh, suck. Now we find out what you really made of. Now you throwing a little tantrum. And you done did everything. You done cleaned the bathroom. You done went and got a flower. You got her favorite food and all this stuff. And she still, I got a headache. No, I don't feel like it. And you, oh my goodness. Huh? Now the little boy in you come out. Can you see what I'm saying here? Women understand. Why? Because they make sure they do everything so they don't get rejected. You watch it. Huh? Tell your girl no. Tell your wife no. Tell her no. Watch what happens. You will tell her no. Just say, no, we can't do that right now. I don't care if you do it soft or hard. You still gonna get it. Why? Because the rejection is what they can't handle. You all you gotta do is look at yourself and see how you can handle when you want the rejection. You already know. Turn to a little kid. Are you serious? Now you can tell we haven't been watching the master. Huh? Can you see them saying you get out here in the world and you start putting some applications in and different things like that. What you gonna do? You're gonna get rejected. It's what, but you got to look at the master so you can know how to deal with rejection. I'm just using it on wide scales and stuff. Listen, the master, he came to his own. Can you see what I'm saying here? Okay. Now let me finish up with some of this here because I wanted to get into the purging. Because purging is necessary, right? It says until the word of the Lord came, Joseph got purged. Joseph got tried. It's part of this. Huh? Now, Joseph's identity was more in his purpose than it was in his rejection. That's why when it came to his brothers and them, he was like, listen, don't even sweat it. God sent me here before y'all. Don't even sweat it. That's strong, man. That's strong. Don't even let me water that down. That's strong. Huh? They done him dirty for real. He said, listen, don't sweat it. Huh? That's Jesus. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That's Jesus. Now, let me finish with this, man. Let me finish with this. Job was rejected by his friends, although he proclaimed his innocence to them. Did you ever read it? Did you ever read what Job's friends was saying to him? Even though he was proclaiming his innocence. His friends went hard on him, didn't they? Anybody know why Job's friends were so hard on him? Even though he was proclaiming, anybody know why his friends were so hard on him? They believed it, didn't they? Huh? It's no way you innocent. Not with that happening, it's no way you innocent. And they let him have it. One after another, clip after clip, they let him have it. And he's still, I think what he called them, miserable comforters or something like that. Now you got to sit and think about this. Here, matter of fact, I'm going to read this and we're done. Go to Job 42. This is it, right? I'm not trying to hold you too much because I want to get into Moses next week being rejected. That's what I want to get into, Moses being rejected last week. Next week. And maybe get into Hagar. Because she was rejected because of her profession. Huh? But she switched teams. Maybe we get into some of that. Job 42:1. Then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou can do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. Who is he that hides counsel without knowledge? Therefore have I uttered that I understood not, things too wonderful for me, which I knew not. Hear, I beseech thee, and I will speak. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now my eyes sees thee. Wherefore I abhor myself and repent in dust and ashes. Okay? This is right after God had that conversation with Job. And you see Job repenting. But watch. Verse 7. And it was so that after the Lord had spoken these words unto Job, the Lord said to Eliphaz, the Temanite, my wrath is kindled against thee and against thy two friends, for you have not spoken of me the thing that is right, as my servant Job has. And see, you can see, okay, Job had to repent of some things, but what they were saying to Job, they was looking at that thing totally wrong. Huh? Notice God checked them too. No, y'all wrong. Y'all came at him sideways. Therefore take unto you now 7 bullocks, 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you. Oh, he should do what? This is stuff that you have to really look at. Why? Because they dogged him out. And now what does he got to do for them? If you want to live this gospel out, I hope you don't think you exempt from these type situations in your life where God is still going to call you to pray for those, to help those, to still be there for those who do you dirty. And you know you got a whole nother code. You know, yeah, I feel you, because we all working on it. Listen, you ain't by yourself, brother. Yeah, I know. He know that's real. Listen, you ain't by yourself, man. Listen, we all working on it. But I want to say this, and I'm done. You know, I want to say this, right? Because I want you to understand this, right? If you hear stuff like this, I match energy. You know, whichever which way you want to go, I match energy. Just know that that's devilish. I mean, earthly wisdom. I'm not even getting it. Earthly wisdom will tell you this. You don't fight fire with fire. But yet you want to match energy. Are you serious? Huh? Now what really gets me sometimes is when I hear a woman say it. Huh? To a man. I match energy. No, sis. The way God designed you is to get the hawk out of me. Huh? Y'all know hawk calm down when he see a chick. Huh? Now how you gonna match energy? Huh? No, God designed you to help calm me down with certain things. Can you see what I'm saying here? Using that as an example for you to understand what this is. Huh? I'm not, if I put it to you this way, I'm not matching nobody's energy.
I think sometimes it's not about matching the energy. I think it's about...
Let me just stop, because everything I just said, he just put a what on it. Huh? Well, go ahead. Go ahead, because you done already just, go ahead.
It's overcoming the want to pull away and be like, look, I'm done. And just throwing your hands up. Not being confrontational with the person or not doing somebody dirty, but being able to overcome a pray for that person and continue to work and assist that person as opposed to just be like, look, I'm done.
Hey, I hear you. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I'll say this to you so you can understand something. Right? When you understand what you're called to do. Right? You understand there's wisdom here that I probably didn't tap into. Because without that is why I'm tapping out with this situation. Because the situation, what's it doing? It's exposing you. It's letting you see you ain't tapping into me. That's why you want to tap out instead of tapping into me. Right? And stuff. Now, the reason I say that to you is because, you know, in my mind, I had a match energy thing when I go into the jails. You know. And I get excited and hyped with the best of them, and but through this, he had to teach me some things, right? I don't know if you ever read in Proverbs where it talks about if you answer a fool, you the one that's stupid. So I had to look at some of these things and stuff because I run into a lot of different situations where you get disrespected. Bless you. And we didn't even get into the disrespect part yet, and different things. I'm just talking about rejection, right? And so learning how through the years to tap into who he is to show me how to deal with this situation. Show me how to deal with this type of individual, because here's the thing. And what I deal with inmates, I deal with correctional staff, and I deal with administrative staff. And it's maneuvering through these things. And I noticed something. We got wisdom to deal with all this stuff, y'all, smoothly. But I notice when I'm in my bag, right? I notice things escalate real fast. When I'm in my bag, right? My confrontational thing is right there. My arguing thing is right there. My debate thing, it's right there. Because I ain't tapping in. Now what am I into? I'm in my own strength. I'm in my own strength. And I start to pick up. And it don't happen while you still going back and forth, right? And everything. It's when I walk off the unit, now the Spirit ministered to me, we not on that type time. What are you doing? We don't do that. We're not here for that. You're not here for that. I'm not even going to tell y'all how many times I had to go back and apologize to the inmate. My bad. I should know better. So I feel like a fool, but I need to feel like a fool because I should have known better. So when you tap into his wisdom, and listen, we're all learning these things. Don't think you by yourself. No, we all learning these things. And everything. But we have spiritual weapons. We have stuff available to us for us to handle each situation and stuff. And you may be dealing with this one type of person that really rubs you the wrong way. I'm talking that one type that rubs you the wrong way. I mean, they talk back, they talk greasy, they don't, you may have that type person and everything. Well, it's showing you need to tap into him to deal with that and get his wisdom. Because if especially sometimes you got a boss that just try to do you dirty sometimes, different things like that, somebody older than it's so many different scenarios. And that's why we got his wisdom and stuff like that. All right. Father, we just come to you right now, thanking you for your word.